Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar on Celoxis AI. I am Pramod Jaiswal and today I'll be guiding you through how our AI-powered assistant Lex can streamline your workflows and boost productivity. Here's what we'll cover today. We'll begin with a brief introduction to our AI chatbot, Lex. We'll dive into the live demonstration, showcasing Lex capabilities across various scenarios. We'll also update you on our current progress. Finally, we'll wrap up with a Q&A session. Lex is not just another AI tool. While others focus on task list and summaries, Celoxis AI integrates seamlessly into project management, streamlining workflows, saving time, and reducing stress. Allow me to introduce Lex, our AI chatbot designed to make managing projects and resources effortless. Lex understands natural language, provides real-time assistance, and available to help every member of your team, not just managers. Before we dive into the demos, a quick heads up. Lex is still growing up. Just like a toddler, Lex is going through its terrible twos and might misbehave occasionally. But don't worry, we are continuously improving Lex to ensure a smoother experience for you. Now, let's jump into our first demonstration. I'll quickly switch my screen. So this is the chat interface that we provide you to interact with Lex. Now we'll go through some scenarios. Let's start with the scenario one. Imagine starting your day and wanting a quick overview of your projects. With Lex, you can simply ask, do any of my projects need attention? Now Lex is processing this information. And now you can see these are the three projects that are at risk and which are managed by me. Now, let's see what's wrong with this project. So let's start with identifying the delayed task. Let's say from this project, MS SharePoint. Now again, it will process that information and you can now see these are the three tasks that we have in this project are at risk. Now let's understand what is wrong with this task. Right. Now you can see Lex has provided you with an information where you can identify why these tasks are at risks. Also, if there are any over allocation. So for example, on this particular task, we can see that Ethan has been over allocated and that's one of the reason might be that task is at risk. So as you can see, Lex provide immediate insights into projects needing your attention, helps identify delayed tasks and pinpoint the issues causing delays all within seconds. The next topic that we are going to cover is around resource management. So we will see how Lex makes resource management and team communication a breeze. So we have identified the problem task. Now let's say we want to find a replacement for Ethan who's been over allocated on this task called evaluate lessons learned. Now let's see which resources are available and Lex will provide you the list of those resources. Now we see there are two resources, Harry and Tanvir, both plays the same role and we can see their availability. So now let's reassign this task to, let's say, Harry. So I'm going to quickly assign the same task or assign Harry to. Now you can see that Lex has given a successful message that the task has been reassigned. You can also pass on some information or messages to your colleagues. So for example, let's say I want to tell Joe to call me after 4 p.m. today so that we can finalize the vendor for task content strategy. So again, Lex will then send this message to Joe, and again you get a confirmation. So with just few messages, we have reassigned tasks and communicated important updates to team members, all without leaving the chat interface. Now, let's look at how Lex can handle vacations and work exceptions, a very common scenario. So let's see how we can do that. So in this, we may want to manage the team members' workload and understand whether the resources are on vacation or not. So in that case, we will ask, let's say Joe is on vacation next week. Show me his workload. Now Lex will process this information and it will present a workload view for Joe for next week. This is actionable view where you can actually drill down. You can see the project that has been allocated and all the tasks that has been allocated within that project. As I mentioned, it's an actionable view. I can just click here and I can see that, okay, this particular task is critical. So it's not possible to move this task. So in such cases, we may ask Lex to understand. So I'll just copy this task. And we will see who can take over API development task. Now we can see the available team members with the matching skill. We can also see their availability right here. Now let's reassign this task to, so going to assign this to, let's say, Marvin. Again, you get the confirmation. So you can see that uh, just using some messages, you can quickly assign task, reassign task, understand the workload of your resources. Now also, because Joe is on leave, I want to add a work exception for Joe for next week. Right. So now it you can actually interact with Lex. So now it says that you may have to specify the duration. How many hours should I log for next week? So in that case, let's say I'll just put 8 hours. Okay. So as I mentioned, at times Lex may misbehave. And this is one of the classic example. And as I mentioned, the team is definitely working on this. Okay. So now let's move to the next scenario. I will also start a new chat for that. So a very common scenario that we have, it's about project staffing. So let's address a task that many project managers find daunting, staffing a complex project. So we'll quickly go to a project that we have already set up here, which is a website redesign. Let's quickly open this project. So I'll quickly open the Gantt. Now let's take a closer look. As you can see, this project comprises of many tasks spread across multiple phases like design, development, and more. Each task is currently assigned to analysts, designers, developers, and webmasters. So these are the roles instead of actual users that we have allocated. Now imagine the process of manually assigning actual team members to each of these tasks. You need to consider each person's availability, skill set, current workload, and avoid any scheduling conflicts. This isn't just a simple drag drop, it's a complex puzzle that could take hours or even days to solve. One misstep could lead to overallocation, project delays, or burnout. A nightmare scenario for any project manager. Many of you might have spent late nights wrestling with resource spreadsheets, trying to make the pace fit. It's tedious, time consuming, and frankly, not the best use of your valuable time. But what if we could eliminate this headache entirely? Let's see how Lex can transform this difficult task into something effortless. So let me close this and go to the chat here. So I'll just say staff project website redesign. Now Lex is identifying the resources with the same skill set. And you can see Lex has identified those resources, assigned those resources to this project. So if I go to this project, open the Gantt right from here, and now you can see. So Lex has assigned team members to every task. Not only has it matched the right people with the right skills to the appropriate task, but it's also ensured that workloads are balanced and there are no resource conflicts on based on any of the tasks that has been allocated. So what would you have taken hours or even days has been accomplished in mere seconds. Lex has effectively removed the bottlenecks in project staffing, allowing you to focus on strategic decisions rather than manual assignments. Imagine the impact this could have on your productivity and stress levels. No more juggling spreadsheets or second guessing assignments. Lex handle it all with precision and speed. Now, moving to the next topic, we will see the task creation. So we'll explore two powerful ways that Lex simplifies task creation, saving you effort and time. So let's take an example where we already have created a project. Let's call the project named as marketing initiative. And now I want to add a task in it. So I'll say in project marketing initiative, create a task. Let's call design brochure. And we will also assign it to John. So with this simple message, you will see Lex will create a task in that project and will also assign it to John. So we can see that the task has been created. Now, the second part to this is what we are going to do is we are going to open this project and open the Gantt. You are already aware of this capability that we provide to add multiple tasks. Now we will use this add multiple feature to generate several tasks at once for marketing initiative projects. So for that, we'll just click on this AI button here, and I'll just quickly copy the description that I have written already here. I'll put that description right here, and which is kind of to, create a list of tasks, the entire structure for the project plan that you have set up. So the system, the Lex will identify that structure, the task that is required for this basis on the description, and it will present in the structure format where you are aware of. When you want to add a subtask, you use equal to sign. So all that will be available right here, and you just submit to create the task list that you want. Also, using the same interface, once that task list is generated, you can then assign resources to them, specify the duration, and start and finish. For more details and understand the syntax, you can click on this examples link. Okay, I'll just click OK here. So you can now see all the tasks and subtasks based on the description that we have set up is created. Let's say I want to assign this task to Kevin, for example, and also specify the duration to 4 days. Where this particular task, we may want to assign it to, let's say, uh, Ethan again, and set it to 2 days. Now I can just submit this to create the task list. So Lex has processed the description, provided the list of the tasks. We have assigned resources, set up the duration. And now, once you are satisfied, you click and you can see the list of the task is created. So now we have those tasks in the Gantt chart, and we are ready to move forward with the project. Right. Now, we have seen how Lex revolutionizes project management for managers, but Lex isn't just for managers. Everyone on the team can benefit from its capabilities. Let's explore how Lex assists team members in their daily tasks, where how the teams can quickly provide updates, log the time on the tasks, collaborate seamlessly with the other members of the team, and may also have some um, capabilities to quickly open your timesheets or open your project. So let's now see this in action. I will go back to the application. I will log out as a manager and log in as a team member. Will close this and now open the AI chat. So again, you can see this is the welcome message by Lex for team member Grace. Now, as a team member, let's say I want to see all the tasks, all my tasks that are due this week. Now, let has shown these are the tasks across these two projects that are due this week. We can also see the health of those tasks. So Lex utilizes the familiar Celoxis widget to display your tasks, providing the same look and feel you are accustomed to throughout the application. All these are actionable widgets that you have. So if I want to, let's say, mark this design logo task as complete, I can do it right from here. So you can quickly perform actions using those widgets. If you want to get more information on the task, let's say I'll just click on this task, order new equipment. So just click on it. It will open a drawer just like other parts of Celoxis. And here you can see all the details of the tasks, where you can see the schedule, the checklist, the file attachments, description and the complete history right here. So you don't have to navigate to any other page to get all this information. Now, let's see how we can log hours on these tasks. So we can actually just send a message to, let's say, I want to log 3 hours on the task that I've just completed for, let's say, design logo. For today, so I'll say for today. And because we can categorize those time entries by using time codes, we can also specify the time code. So let's specify the time code design. And we want to add a comment. Let's say finalized the slides and notes. So again, Lex is processing this information and you get a confirmation that 3 hours are logged for this design logo task. It also picked the correct time code and also attaches the comments, keeping everything organized. Now, you can also use this chat interface to send a message to your team. So let's say, send a message to Andrew. Say I've logged my hours for the presentation. And can you review? So we are asking Andrew to review the slides before our meeting tomorrow. So you can now see that the message has been successfully sent to Andrew, and it will also get attached to the same design logo task. So you can see that communicating with your teammates is effortless through Lex chat interface. Again, there is no need to switch to any other view. Now, let's say I want to log more hours where, let's say I was sick last week. So I can just say log 8 hours. So till now we have looked at how we can log hours on the project tasks. But let's say there are some non-project activities that has been performed. A very common scenario where people goes on sick leave and they want to log hours for that. So we will log 8 hours on, let's say, time code sick leave for last week. So now you can see Lex actually interacts with you because there are multiple options and we now have to pick the option. So that those options are displayed right on the screen. First, it asks to enter the date. So let's say last week. Second, it asks you to pick the time code. So let's say we are going to pick the time code to B. And for now, we are not going to add any comment. Let's submit this and let's see what happens. So you get a success message saying that the 8 hours are logged successfully for sick leave for last week. So Lex simplifies administrative tasks like recording time off all through the chat interface. And sometimes, let's face it, after a long day, even the thought of moving your mouse to open your timesheet feels like climbing a mountain. So we have trained Lex to help you out. So let's say I will ask Lex to open my timesheet. for last week. So you can see what just a quick message. Lex pulls up your timesheet, navigate it to the previous week. No clicking required. Okay. So to sum it up, Lex brings a new level of simplicity to project management. Lex isn't just for managers. Even team members can benefit from it. With AI-powered efficiency and user-friendly interface, real-time collaboration has never been easier. Before we move on to the Q&A session, I'd like to share where we are with Lex. Lex is currently in development and testing. As with any advanced AI, it can sometimes be unpredictable, but our team is diligently refining it. We are excited to announce that we are aiming to release the beta version by Christmas. This means you'll soon have the chance to experience how Lex can transform your project management workflows. And if you are interested in trying out Lex early and helping us make it even better, we'd love for you to join our beta program.